Whoa, we were getting aggressive and excited there. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my eighth update in my rolling project 10 pan for the year, and spoiler, this might be one of the most anticlimactic updates I have yet had for my rolling project 10 pan, or possibly any project in general. I don't have any products that will be rolling out. I was basically gone for like half of the month of August if you kind of put everything together. I was up north for a week where I literally wore no makeup at all. The only thing that I wore was my vacation SPF chapstick and my Tula like glowy SPF. Also, when we went to Okoboji, yeah, I literally wore just my Tula sunscreen. I literally wore no makeup there. And then we were in Chicago and I did bring makeup, but none of the products, with the exception of maybe one, was out of my rolling project 10 pan. So I didn't have a lot of opportunity. I didn't give myself a lot of opportunity to get a lot of use on these products. But regardless, we are going to update all the same. So if you're interested in my update in my rolling project 10 pan, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content, palette themed content, or just chit chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's jump into the video. All right, you guys, we can start with my Rowan Quad. I did pan that palette last year for the first time, and that project really just doesn't speak to my soul. I like to use and rotate through my eyeshadow more. So I'm doing no pan left behind this year, but I thought it would be fun to just track my progress on a quad that I feel like I could kind of use day to day. And if you are unfamiliar, the Rowan quads are all cream shadows. I will say I thought I would do slightly better than I have this year in terms of usage with this quad, but I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, using it when I want to and not forcing myself to use this. I feel like every month I say, oh, like next month seems like a really good month to get a lot of progress on it. But I am really hopeful that I can get some more use on this in the fall, just because these kind of give me like that, like the tones are very fitting for the fall in my opinion. So I can kind of go shade for shade with you. I do have two pans. I thought maybe I might hit a pan on this pan in this shadow this month, but I didn't. So before this update, or before this month, I had used this 31 times in this project. I did reach for it only 4 times this past month, which seems to be the range. Like I'll either reach for it somewhere between 3 and 5 times every single month. So 4 times is the total that I reached for it. I did reach for this shade right here 3 total times, putting me at 21 total uses in this project. No, 22. Sorry, 22. I was at 19 before that. So we're at 22 total uses here. I reached for this shade right here 1 time, putting me at 21 total uses in this project. This shade down in the corner, I reached for 1 time this past month, putting me at 12 total uses. And then this was actually my, well, tied for my most used shade. This shade and this shade both got used 3 times this month, and this one is at 7 total uses within this project. I mentioned before, I think it's really funny, this definitely used to be my favorite shade in this quad. It had a pretty big dip going in it before rolling it in, and it is by far my least used shade this year. But I feel like I am so close to a pan, and I feel like I could easily pair this with a lot of like, I'm gonna call them basic B fall looks that I can create for work. So I'm hoping to get a pan in this shade before the end of the year. At this point, I'm at 35 total uses on the year, meaning if I reach for it only 15 more times, I'll be at 50 uses. September, October, yeah, that's less than 5 times a month. Okay, if I can't reach 50 uses by the end of the year on this, like that is not, like that's pretty pathetic. I would love to have a pan in every shade by the end of the year. And I can't decide yet, like I don't necessarily think I'll declutter this at the end of the year unless it really starts to smell funky or go off. But at this moment, the shadows still perform just fine. I will say this one maybe is getting a little bit dry, but everything else still performs really nicely. So I don't necessarily know that I'm gonna be decluttering this at the end of the year, but I just kind of wanted to track my progress, see what I could do, see what the beginning of the year looks like compared to the end. And I am definitely wanting to at least hit 2 pans, or to have each shade have a pan by the end of the year. All right, another product that has been in since the introduction is my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Ritz. I don't think I reached for this 1 time this past month. I have been horrible about reaching for ColourPop Ritz. I have repressed this, and this is what this is looking like. My pan falls out if I'm not careful. I have repressed it, but I'm not confident that this will be an empty by the end of the year, just knowing one, how long ColourPop Super Shocks actually take to empty out. Like, they will surprise you in how long it takes. And two, just knowing like how little I reach for this. It is a beautiful lid topper shade, but I just do not remember to reach for this. So I'm still gonna make an effort, but I do not think that'll be an empty by the end of the year. All right, this is another one that has been going for, quite a while now. It is the Becca Glow Gloss in the shade Beach Bum. The way that this product settles and it's been sitting on its side is kind of weird. I don't necessarily feel comfortable or confident making a new line marking, but when it's all settled, I'm about here. So I do still have a decent amount of this left, probably just under half of the product. I have panned another Becca gloss in the past and it literally took forever. Like, this is the gloss that just keeps on going. So I am still hopeful I can finish this by the end of the year. In fact, I'll put a little bit on right now, layer it on all the lip products I have on. This is one that like is freaking old. So like, I really do just need to finish it. And I'd like to finish it before like I actually feel like I can't wear it on my lips, because I put so much into this gloss. Like, I wanna finish it. It's a beautiful gloss in my opinion. Definitely not my favorite formula. If Becca was still a brand, I don't necessarily think I would go out and repurchase this, although I do really like the shade. Regardless, I can't get it anymore. And I'm really just trying to empty it before the end of the year. Another product I don't think I reached for even one time, and I possibly reached for this once. It is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Foundation. I can't even remember if I don't feel like I've been a good YouTuber at all, so I don't know if I have tracked progress. I have pushed it all the way up, so this is like, after you get to like where the product is like level with the packaging, you can still keep twisting and it will twist all the way up. So this is how much I have left. I will say this has been a little bit light for me throughout the summer, as I actually have like a suntan, like a natural suntan. I have not self-tanned all that much this summer. And I don't necessarily, like, I will still tan some when we reach the winter months, but not as much. And I'm hoping to still finish this before the end of the year. Realistically, if I focused on this for even like a month of consistent use, I feel like I could get through this pretty quickly. I feel like this is one that kind of goes fast. I do really like this one. I think it looks really nice and natural on the skin. Like I said, the shade just isn't perfect for me at this moment. I'm not necessarily certain I would repurchase this when finishing, just because I feel like I've gone through this one kind of quickly. And if I'm wanting something that's a little bit more lighter coverage and easy to blend out, I really like the Supergoop Sunproof. And I can just blend that out with my hands, which I'm perfectly fine with. So once this is empty, I'm not sure I'll finish, or I'm not sure I will repurchase. I am still confident and hopeful that I can finish this before the end of the year. Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning, I am working on the Merit blush stick in the shade Beverly Hills, and I actually did bring that traveling with me all 3 times. Like, I convinced myself I was gonna wear makeup when I was in Okoboji and when I was up north, and then I didn't. But I did bring that with me to Chicago as well, and I literally cannot find it anywhere. I don't think I left it in Chicago. Like, I feel like I saw it in my makeup bag at home. My apartment is like kind of a mess. Like, I need to get it together before the school year starts. So like, as Zoe starts school, I can like also start like a fall routine with like a clean home. That's like the mindset I'm in right now. And so I'm hoping it's just lingering around somewhere and I'll find it. But I've been doing that thing where like I keep going back to like the same place I feel like I saw it last and it's not there. And then I'll look around a little bit more and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I saw it in the place that I already checked, and I keep going back to it. So finally I was like, girl, like, let's just film the video. Like, let's just give an update. So I hope I find that. I have used that a few times this past month. I don't feel like I'm gonna finish that one by the end of the year. I was just kind of curious, like, once you get to like the level part of the packaging, is it like done, or is there a lot of product left in like the thicker tube of that? And I kind of just wanted to track my progress with that one. And the shade Beverly Hills, as with most of the Merit blush sticks that I've tried, are just more of like a natural flush, nothing too like intense on the cheeks. So, okay, in my viewfinder, I feel like I shouldn't point this out because you won't unsee it maybe, but I feel like my bronzer is like so much like more bronzed on this cheek. Like, I feel like my bronzer is so uneven, but anyway, we're gonna keep filming. All right, another product that I did use this as bronzer today. I also have the Gucci powder bronzer over top, but I believe I only reached for it today, or maybe 1 or 2 other times. It is the NARS Sun-Kissed Bronzing Cream in the shade Laguna. This is what mine looks like. I do feel like I had good progress last month. My goal is not to finish this. I was just gonna see if I could hit pan before the end of the year. I am not confident in that at all. I actually dropped this product and it kind of like fell over to the edge. That happened before I rolled it in, but I can see like how thick the product is, and I feel like there's so much bronzer in here. I am not confident I will hit pan in this before the end of the year, but I do want to continue to just motivate myself to, or give myself an excuse to reach for this one a little bit more. So I'm gonna keep this in. Progress is minimal. All right, the 3 products that probably have the most exciting progress. So up first, I have my NYX Born to Glow concealer. I either rolled this in last month or the month prior. This is one of, if not the oldest current concealer in my collection. And so I really just wanted to use this up. This is not a favorite concealer of mine. I don't feel like it offers a lot of coverage underneath the eyes. And the material, the formula is just like really thin, but I feel like it's like kind of dry. I don't know, it's just not my favorite. It's not terrible, like I'm not hate panning it, but I would much rather be using like my Tower 28 or my Charlotte Tilbury. So when I rolled this in, I had a marking like way down here, and I will say at this point, like I am really just like scraping at the barrel. Is that what you say? Scraping at the bit? Not chomping at the bit. Just scraping the last bits out, but this is still going. I pretty much have used this every single day that I have used concealer, except for in Chicago, I brought my Charlotte Tilbury because that's my favorite. And that's the one that I just feel like makes my under eyes look best. So I brought that with to Chicago, just thinking my daughter and I would take quite a few pictures. Anyway, I do feel like this one will be an empty by next update, and it'll be really exciting to move another concealer out of my collection. I feel like my concealer collection is very well maintained at this point in time. And it'll be exciting to just not have that many options. And like all my concealer options, I like so much. So this one I feel will be empty at the next update. All right, next up I have my Rose Ink highlighter in the shade Opalescent. I actually did bring this with to Chicago, and I believe I used it all 3 days to underpaint. So I will be kind of curious to see what like the progress looks like. I feel like we've made just a little progress in the pan. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe we haven't made that much progress at all. Oh, my fan's coming on for a moment. I really wasn't thinking that I would finish this before the end of the year, but this is a cream product for one, and I've noticed that my Rose Ink products kind of dry up pretty quickly. Like it feels like oftentimes with the bronzer too, which I ended up decluttering, but also with this product sometimes, but because I've been using it more consistently, I haven't noticed it as much. But I'll have to like warm the product up with my finger before I get to like the creamy part. This is a really beautiful highlighting shade. It is this like pink, but almost like a champagne pink sort of shade. And when it blends into the skin, it really doesn't look like anything on your skin except for this like wet glass-like glow. It really just melts into the skin, and I think it's so beautiful. If I really made an effort, maybe I could finish this. I don't think so, but I think I can be pretty close by the end of the year, and I'm just excited to continue to watch the pan expand. And this is something that I could likely and will likely just carry over to my 2025 Rolling Project 10 pan and hopefully finish towards the beginning of next year. Sorry, I realized I have 4 products that I have decent progress on, not 3. So the final 2 products to update you on, I have my Nabla Angel Radiant Plumping Serum Primer, which I have been trying to pan. When I rolled this in, I had probably 3/4 of the bottle left, and now I have maybe 1/3 left. Okay, I used to be such a Nabla stan. Like Nabla was like my brand, like the brand I got most excited for. And I will say that definitely just isn't the case anymore. I still love their bronzer, their highlight, and basically their baked cheek products. But I just don't love their eyeshadow as much as I used to. And this product I was so excited for because I love primer. I know primer is not for everyone, but primer is a category that for some reason I get so excited to try new primers. So when my favorite brand was releasing a primer, I was so excited, and it was supposed to be / is a glowy primer. But this is a very sticky product that doesn't really set down in the way that like e.l.f. Jelly Pop does. Like e.l.f. Jelly Pop is very sticky and very glowy, but this is almost like that distracting sticky that I don't want to say is like itchy, but it's like everything gets stuck in it and it never really sets down. And like, I don't know, I just don't love the way that products layer on it. And it just like, it feels like even after like you put the rest of your makeup on, like you can still feel it on your skin, and I just didn't love that. So the way that I've been using this is just like on my chest and shoulders. I actually do have it on today. I don't know if you'll be able to see, like, is there a good glow happening? Like I don't know, like maybe a little bit here. but it's sticky, like, and not in a way that like I feel like would be like a gripping primer. It just feels sticky in a nasty way. Like I put this on and like I had to go wash my hands immediately because my hands just felt icky. I really should have made a better effort towards the beginning of the summer to finish this off, because now we're at the end of the summer. And granted, I do still, like, even in the winter, like, I always will wear a tank top or a sports bra. In fact, someone commented once basically like saying like it was wrong of me to wear a tank top because then I would like have to have my heat on because I live in Minnesota, which like we have our heat on. Like in the dead of winter I would have my heat on anyway, and it's not like I'm like putting it hotter. Like I like to be kind of cold. Anyway, I am going off on a tangent. I still usually film in like a sports bra, so I still can get use out of this. It's just hard to remind myself to. This is a product that I included in my 24 I want to pan in 2024, so come hell or high water, I will finish this off, but I'm kind of disappointed I didn't finish it by the end of summer because that would have been the perfect opportunity. And the final product I have to update you on is a product I rolled in last month. It is the Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment in the shade Honey. I will say I have had this in my car as my car chapstick, but I don't love this product. This is the reformulated version, which just is not nearly as hydrating as the old Fresh lip treatment used to be. Here it is all the way rolled up. This is pigmented, and it's pigmented in a way that like makes my lips look chapped. I've put this on my lips and had people at work literally ask me like, Steph, why your lips look so chapped? And it's this like getting outside of my lip lines, and it like I just look crazy. Like it's not flattering at all. So I pretty much just have this like in my car to wear like if I'm driving home where I'm not really gonna see anyone and I don't really care. I will say when I rolled this in, it was not quite brand new, but like there was still a lot of product in this. I've used, I would say, maybe about half of it. So I'm gonna pop it back in my car and hope that I can finish it before the next update. The Fresh Sugar Lip Treatments actually do go pretty quickly if you focus on them. So hopefully this will be a rollout next month. If I do have rollouts next month, I will roll new products in. But after that, like if I have products, like basically when I do my beginning of November update, I don't think I will continue to roll in just because I want to like trickle out throughout the end of the year and just kind of like enjoy my makeup collection. But I do feel like I could potentially have 3 products to roll out next month, and then we'd roll in 3 new ones. So that is going to wrap it up for today's anticlimactic rolling Project 10 pan update. I would love to know if you had a successful panning month in August. Were you wearing makeup a lot? I was just trying to enjoy the outdoors and feed my soul with the happy sunshine. So I don't even feel bad about not using my makeup. But in the fall, winter, my makeup is the happy thing that feeds my soul when I'm dying with all the snow outside. Anyway, that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to watch today's video and for supporting me and my channel as you guys always do. I love you so much, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.